Hello everyone! How's everyone doing today? It's been a while, my beloved ones. So it's been days and a lot of things happen these days. Oh my gosh, physically, emotionally, mentally, I had to transfer to another city, another apartment, move here and there. So I have to pause for a while and to also savor the moment that I am transferring here and there and all these changes and shifts, and now I just got out of it. So I'm now ready to speak the word that God has been releasing in my heart for the past few weeks and days. I could not even, it's just massive downloads and revelations that I could not even contain them, that I had to share it. So now I will just have a quick word here. Last time, I think Father's Day, and there's a massive shift when it comes to the masculine healing, the restoration of the masculine collective here and there, and especially the restoration of the masculine Christ. And what is the masculine Christ? There's a lot of energies around masculine, but I have gone deeply into the masculine Christ and even the feminine Christ, and they go hand in hand, the balancing of it. God has both energies, masculine and feminine. So becoming Christ-like is actually tapping in and actually healing both of these energies. And I know it's a new word, it's a new revelation. I think a lot of people are getting this revelation, so we just have to be open to it, because it will affect our way of work, our way of working, of mission and calling, because masculine, as we all know, is the drive, the force of mission, money, abundance, our drive to work. For example, like a person who has a masculine wound from a father figure, or from society, or from any forms of distortion or abuse or programming, will grow up having these low masculine energies. That's why many women, not just in relationship dynamics, even in family friendships, they're saying that men are all the same. Men are cowards. Men are busy or emasculated, because they are. Our whole planet Earth has been massively programmed and abused by a lot of external forces, a lot of demonic forces, a lot of patriarchal distortions, a lot of masculine distortions that I can even, list down, because there's a lot of factors, a lot of curses, a lot of generational hybridization, all these lies, all these, that's not really aligned to who God really is. That's not really aligned to the whole and the real and the masculine Christ, which is the highest masculinity there is. It's a consciousness which can only be tapped through Yeshua, having that relationship with the Christ, with God. So I know this is deep. Many of us here, men and women, have imbalanced, distorted, have this wrong template of the masculine, and especially of a father, of a brother. I mentioned earlier, our mission. Many people cannot tap into their mission, cannot even go a step further because of the masculine wounding. If you have an orphan spirit, fatherless spirit, that's a very big fracture to your soul that could affect your way of living your mission. That's why many of us, both men and women, cannot tap into that, cannot tap into the mission. And even if we have God in our lives, if we have not let God heal those masculine aspects in us, it's going to be hard. We're just going to be stagnant. We're just going to be baby, like what they say, baby believers, or in that perspective. So this upcoming days, the masculine healing has been purging. The masculine Christ has really been purging this. That's why many of you guys here, you agree, men and women, you have a lot of triggers going on. especially when it comes to the masculine, with your friends, with your brothers, with everyone around you. That's masculine related, and especially with, the way we handle relationships, not romantic, but everything. So this talk is not just a one-time talk. This is broad, but I tell you, this Father's Day has a lot of purging when it comes to the masculine person, the masculine energetics, the masculine parts of ourselves. So God is really calling us to deeper healing, to deeper wholeness. And some of us here are now, the prophetic utterances are coming. I would see a lot of males at childbirth that has been really treated unfairly by the father figures because they're males. Like, oh, you're a man, you should act like a man. Or, oh, you should be the one to, like, it's this distorted father template. And many men grew up in that without the feminine balancing, or without or too much feminine masculation, because there's no strong and upright, or there's no role model of what a masculine is, of a healthy masculine is. So God is really, 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 really restoring it all back. It has been great, you guys. I've seen so much like triggers, especially with males, especially with that countenance. I've seen lots of triggers like massive, especially maybe in this time of pandemic, where they're forced to be going inside or have this introspection. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of introspection that many men here are feeling that tug and call for healing, for the divine masculinity, for that tapping into that consciousness, to become the sacred masculine, So I could feel so many triggers like everywhere around me, all around me. It's like many masculine energetics are being triggered in that sense, that in towards the feminine and towards the masculine, there's so much. And I would be sharing more of those revelations, upcoming revelations, because I think that this has to be processed slowly and digested step by step, and with a flow, pace, with gentleness, with love, and also with fierceness and boundary that you choose this. I feel like some people listening right now are in that stage where they know that they're called to go higher in the divine masculine. Even as a woman, okay, you can tap into that, and you can tap into your masculine, into your masculine energetics, and that's not that container has been fractured and it's very fragmented, then that's going to affect the way we live our life, and the way we live our purpose, the way we view abundance, the way we view our mission, and how we can help Mother Earth, how we can help bring heaven back to earth, bring heaven on earth. So it's very important, and especially for men at the same time. If you have a distorted masculine perspective, it's going to affect your way of, it's hard for you to relate to the feminine dynamics. It's just going to be an on-looping separation of gender, of this and that, feminism, equality, fighting for that. That's just a distortion. That's just the imbalance that God has been calling for men and women to come into alignment and healing, so that we can bring heaven on earth, that we can heal the planet, we can, in our own unique purposes, and just be love, because that's the whole purpose of this. Love, At the end of the day, when all the egos, when you're out of the body, when you're when you're fully in the spirit, it's all just love, you guys. And that's, I think, all these reversals, all these DNA curses, all these programming, this fraction, this fragmentations, all these things just separates us from each other. And I know it may sound like but you know, guys, love has no separation, and God is love, and that simply love, and we are love. Who we really are is really love. So that's why we are being called to go higher into our spiritual senses, into our walk with God, because it's very impossible to walk this walk without God. I tell you, I know some may not agree, but it's very impossible, you guys, because we are limited in a way. Okay, we're unlimited, but you know, how can we control who God is? But at the same time, we all have a choice. So we can choose the masculine healing that comes from God, from Christ, which is very high, the highest thing there is, the highest presence there is. And you can start from that. If you don't know how to start from that. Receive God in your life, receive Christ in your life, and ask Him every day, daily, to heal these masculine aspects of you, and the feminine aspects as well. But I'm highlighting the masculine because this is what God has been really healing for us to really finish the work, to really do the work. Because masculine is submission. Okay, right now, I'm very feminine, but I'm tapping and integrating into my masculine so that I can make this video, so that I can edit this video, so that I can speak in a way that I know I'm safe, because I'm so integrated in my masculine as well. You know, that dynamics. So yeah, just tune in on my video so that I can share more of these things, upcoming things, because it's different revelation. It's different for everyone, and for me, and for the whole collective. But right now, I call you guys, if you're being called to go higher in the sacred and divine masculine, then tap into Christ. Tap into Christ consciousness, into Christ. He's a real person. He's a real being. I know many people don't believe him. It's fine, but you know, it's the deal, real deal. It's the end game. I tell you, many people have tried a lot of things, and it probably works for them. What works for me may not work for everyone, but I tell you, I've seen it. It's the highest consciousness there is. It's the highest presence frequency there is. And if you want to tap into that, yeah, I have a subscription below where you can check and activate that awareness with God, that relationship with God, and bring about this masculine and feminine healing in your life starting now. And just don't forget that you are so loved, and you deserve the healing and the wholeness, because you are a child of God, because you are just worthy of it. The last video that I talked about the masculine, I wasn't able to continue because there were some people coming in, and I had to, stop for a while. But I will continue from that video. I would continue seeing all these masculine babies just around the world, in the globe, which symbolizes that there's this deep purging when it comes to healing of the masculine in all genders, male, female, or whatsoever, because we need that to actually be able to connect with God fully, and to have that correct template of a masculine, of who God is, and to really walk in your destiny and mission without further having this push and pull, but continuously, groundedly, with focus, commitment, and with all devotion. I think that's the word, devotion. So I'll leave that to you guys, and I pray that all your chakras be open, all your centers be opened, and all these sanctified imagination and revelations come upon you, so that you will know every areas where you need this masculine healing and purging. And I love you all. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.